All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, as you can see on the screen here, we got some blue, yellow, ace action lined up for you today. What a fun leader, guys. A lot of people really still like blue, yellow, ace, and he got a little bit of extra support. And I believe it was EB02. It was OP10 or EB02. It actually got some new support, and we're going to be checking that out a little bit in today's video. Okay, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and just dive straight into this. Real quick, let me lay out the video. First things first, we're going to be heading over to the deck list. I'll show you guys the list I'm running. It is not perfect yet. It is very much like starting from the ground up again. We're trying to figure some things out, and I'll talk about things as we go through them. So we'll check out the deck list. We'll head over to the sim. We got 5 games on the sim. First one up will be against Yellow Eustace Kid, and then Hody Jones, and then Green Purple Doffy, followed by Red Green Smoker, followed by Green Yellow Law. So we actually got a lot of really fun, cool new matchups lined up for today's video. Then after that, we will talk about the list one more time, kind of wrap things up. I'll give you guys my final thoughts on it, and we'll finish out in that way. So I'll have everything timestamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant deck lists and links down in the comment section below. Okay, guys? And of course, if you ever have any comments, questions, or suggestions or anything like that, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comment section below as well, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link is in the channel description. Okay? All right, guys, let's do this. Let's get into it. Can't wait to show this one off. I know this is a leader that a lot of people really enjoy. I actually, out of all the 3 brothers, Ace was probably my least favorite of them. I'll talk about that more in a second, but this was actually my least favorite of all the brothers, just because of, I guess, if I had to pick between red, yellow, black, yellow, and blue, yellow, something about red, yellow, and black, yellow was more attractive to me, especially when you read the leader effects. But this leader's not bad. It was just, like I said, for some reason, it just resonated with me the least. But that doesn't mean we can't have a good time with this leader. So let's go ahead and read what it does real quick, and we'll go through the list, and we'll talk about it. So the leader here, guys, notice what it does. It is a Dawn ×2 activate main once per turn effect. So attach to Dawn and then activate main. Excuse me. You're going to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and add up to 1 5-cost character card to the top of your life face up. Not 5 or less, not 5 or more. Exactly a 5-cost character. Then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Then it has one other small thing we have to work around, one other clause down here. At the end of your turn, send all face-up cards in your life to the trash. So kind of like how Black Yellow Luffy is, right? Black Yellow Luffy, if I can find it here, let me scroll down. Black Yellow Luffy and Red Yellow Sabo, you know, they're not all the same, right? So here's Black Yellow Luffy. And he has, per the rules, your face-up life cards will be sent to the bottom of your deck instead of to your hand. And then Red Yellow Sabo actually doesn't have any kind of clause with it. I don't know where it is, guys. Let me just type in Sabo. Maybe we'll find it like that. There it is. So Sabo's the other one of the 3 brothers. They all came in the same deck, and they all have to do with gaining life and manipulating your life. This is the only one that doesn't have any kind of stipulation where your cards that are face up will do anything. Whereas with Blue Yellow Ace and Black Yellow Luffy, if your cards are face up, well, at the end of your turn, Ace puts them into the trash, and with Black Yellow Luffy, so Blue Yellow Ace puts them in the trash at the end of your turn, and then Luffy, instead of taking a hit to your hand, it goes to the bottom of your deck. So it's very different, right? They're very different in that way. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and let me clear this out real quick. So next up, we're running this new card here. This is the main new card we need to talk about. It was in EB02. This card came out in EB02, not out in the West yet. It's out in the East, but not in the West. And this is the one major new card we have to work around, and we'll talk about this more as we go into the games. But notice what it does. This is a 5-cost, 5,000 power, 1k counter, Whitebeard Pirates Alabasta type character for Ace. 5 cost, okay, so we can search this up with Garp or the stage. And of course, it's 5 cost for our actual leader effect. And it has on play if your leader type includes Whitebeard Pirates. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 cost 2 character and put it into your hand. Okay, so reveal up to 1 2 cost or cost 2 character and put it into your hand. Not cost 2 or less, cost 2. Then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order and place up to 1 cost 2 character card from your hand into play as rested. So it's an interesting effect. It's not great. Okay, I'm going to say that right now. It does allow us to do new effects. Okay, it does allow us, or not new effects. It does allow us to do things we couldn't really do before by cheating out the 2-cost target after searching it up with this. And then we saw 5 Dawn left for the turn, 2 Dawn to attach to our Ace, and we have 3 Dawn left after that to do whatever we need with it. Maybe a Garp search or another, maybe play out a blocker or whatever, right? So with that in mind, we actually, if we're going to use this card to any great effect, remember, we don't have to just search up the 2-cost Ace or Luffy like we normally would do. We can search up other 2-cost cards like Viola and Hiyori. Those are other 2-cost targets we can snag. And there's others as well, right? So just type it, if you go to the sim and type in blue and yellow and search up 2, these are all the different kind of cards you can include. I have not tried all of them out yet, okay? So please don't yell at me. Please don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you guys, I have not tried out all the different versions yet. Please tell me what you think is a good one down in the comment section below that I didn't try. I think Onami's kind of a cool card to mess around with potentially. I also really like the 2-cost, where is it, the blue pudding. This is a 2K counter. We can cheat out rested and get the 2K counter back to our hand. But at the same time, see, that's the thing about this card. You don't have to play the card from your hand. So maybe this pudding, maybe we don't need that. But Duval would be kind of good so we can set our top 3 cards. I don't know. There's a lot of different options we have here. The Duval might not be the best card, but at the same time, maybe this Teach would be, because Teach turns on our effect, and we can be sure to set the exact cards we need into our leader's effect. We have a lot of options there. But other than that, you guys tell me what y'all think, or what you guys are using for a really strong 2-cost play that we can snag, other than the current options I have in here with this new 5-cost Ace. Now, other than that, I'm running 2 puddings. This is a little bit... this is a little bit like, it's not great for the deck. Let me say that right now. We're running the 5-cost blocker Ace. We're running Viola. Viola is a great utility blocker where we can turn our cards face down in our life so we don't lose them at the end of our turn with our leader's effect. We have 4 Flampeys in here. Satori, these are just great 2K counter utility cards. Satori we can put into our life with our leader's effect if needed, and we can get that back later. Hiyori does a lot for the deck. Number 1, it can allow us to grab a card from the top of our life that we put there with our leader if we can't play it, and we'll lose at the end of turn. Well, okay, now we can turn that card into a life gain effect. 5-cost Luffy, this is just a solid 5-cost Luffy to run. Here's the Ace, of course. Here is the 5-cost Rush Ace. We're running Garp, and we're running the Luffy. We're running 7-cost Gravity Blade Raging Tiger and the Searcher event. Now, the other thing I will say is, I would like to try to fit in one more Luffy for the deck, but I'm going to be honest, there's just not that many great options. And part of it makes me want to consider, instead of even running the Luffy, even considering running Sabo. Because Sabo's not much better, by the way, but Sabo does have a card that drops our life down quicker for our Ace effect, and it allows us to pop characters. So... and I guess it also opens up potential for another 2K counter as well, right? If we ever get this promo in the West. So that is something to consider. It's too bad we can't just make this entire list into just straight Portgosti Ace, this card right here. I wish we could just run 8 of these Portgosti Ace cards. Man, hang on, guys. I'm kind of ranting and rambling right now. It's too bad this card doesn't have at the top here. You can include as many of these cards as you want in your deck. You guys, have y'all seen that for example, for Kuma, or not Kuma, for Pacifista? This card right here has that. You may have more than 4 copies of this card in your deck. It's too bad these little 2-cost guys did not have that clause, because then we could run just a full Ace deck with just nothing but 5-cost Aces, and then we could focus on them getting, then they could build more of them into the deck. And I know some people might be thinking but then maybe that would break Black Yellow Luffy or something. I don't know. The point is they could fix it. They could easily balance it. And as is, at least in Ace, maybe they could have made that part of the clause on top of Ace's effect there, is you could have more than 4 of this card in your deck or something. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, my point is this. This card is extremely good, and it is pretty much the entirety of the deck as far as the success I've had with it with this kind of build. The Luffy to a lesser extent, because we're only running a single target for it. Okay, so there's the deck list, guys. There's what to expect. Let's go ahead and see how the games went, because I did have quite a bit of fun playing this, guys. I had quite a bit of fun playing this version of the deck. Okay, so let me fix the camera real quick. Okay, volume is off, speed is on 2x, and here we go. First game up, guys, we got a game versus Eustace Kid. This is the new OP10 yellow Eustace Kid that can stand up their own character, their own Supernova character, and make it a blocker if they have one card in their life that's not face up yet. Okay, or at least the top card of their life, I should say. They're going to swing in for 6, and two things, guys. Number one, we want to go second with this list. Okay, we always want to go always we want to go second, so we can play out our Garps or our 1-cost cards or 2-cost cards if we have those that we need. Maybe 2-cost Shirahoshi would be a good include for the deck, like what our opponent's running. That might be a very good include for the deck for the future. I don't think I'm running it, right? I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure I'm just running the Hiyori. So yeah, the Shirahoshi would be a great card in this deck to run. Because we can also search it up with the 5-cost Ace, I believe. Now, anyway, with that in mind, we always want to go second, okay? Then, after that, we actually always want to take life aggressively down to about 2 life, so that way we can start using our Rush Ace to get big attacks in. So, okay, here we go. So they played out Shirahoshi. They got aggressive there. We're going to use our leader effect. We have an Ace in hand. We're going to play out the Ace we just got off the top, and we're going to get to do a draw 2, replace 2 on the top or bottom, and we put 2 on the bottom, I believe. We're going to swing in for 9. They're going to take that. Any trigger, no trigger, their turn. So now we are a 7,000 power leader, guys. Remember how those little 2-cost characters work. They're going to pop our Ace with a Nami. That's actually a perfect card against us because all of our cards are 5-cost in this deck that matter. We're going to play out the Garp. We get a 2-cost Ace. And guys, we're just going for the 2-cost Aces so we can keep playing them out. We snag a Hiyori with the effect of the Ace. We're not going to play the card out with the effect here. We could. Actually, it looks like we might. We'll set the top card of our deck. Okay, we're going to set it to a Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, it looks like. And now they have a card to attack into on our side of the board in Hiyori if they want to. It's really just bait, guys. We have no way currently to reuse the card. We might want to add Jozu to the list later so we can reuse some of these 2-cost cards. Okay, here we go. We're going to play out the Shirahoshi. Or they're going to play out the Shirahoshi. They're going to make their Basil Hawkins into a blocker. I'm going to swing in for... Well, actually, I'm going to set the top card of my life. I'm going to cheat the card into play. Unfortunately, we can't give it Rush because, remember, guys, the 5-cost 7K Ace, you have to have 2 or less life cards in order for it to get Rush. But that's okay. I want him to use this Basil Hawkins blocker here. He'll probably do it with the leader. Actually, we'll swing 5, we'll swing 6, we'll swing 9. He'll 2K counter out of this. We'll swing it for 9. He's going to use the blocker. We lose a life. We set that card there. Not the biggest deal, though. We don't really care about removing their Shirahoshis. Those aren't threats. They're just annoying. They're going to play out the Nami to pop our Ace. Guys, Nami is such a good card against us. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest, guys. It's a real good card against us. They go 9 into our guy. We're just going to let that go and let the Garp go as well. We don't really, those cards aren't super important to us, right, guys? Like, they're not actually super important to us. We're going to play this card out, and then we're going to, looks like we're going to play out an Ace here. We're going to swing 9 into 5. Let's see what he gives us. Going to play out the other Ace, not the Rush Ace. We're going to grab a 2-cost Luffy here. Seems good. And we're going to just keep it in hand. We're not going to play it out this time. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see what they choose to do. They're going to play out the Eustace Kid. We lose our top life card from the effect, and now we're down to 1 life. But remember, guys, we used our leader's effect last turn. We're at 7,000 power. They can't even attack in. But we need to attack in. So here we go, guys. We're going to set a card to the top of our deck. Unfortunately, we don't have a 2-cost Ace yet, and there was a 2-cost Ace in there. So we're going to use our Flampe to draw an extra card from that effect, because we were going to lose the life at the end of turn anyway. Okay, we'll use the Ace here. We're going to put 2 cards back to the bottom of the deck. We're trying to sort... Guys, this deck goes through the entire deck once per game. Like, it actually goes through the entire deck. It has so much top 5 searching with the leader, the Garp, and the event. So make sure you're setting your cards as you're going through them. We're going to come in for 7 here. This is actually a very vulnerable turn for us because we do not have 7,000 power on our leader. We're going to swing for 7. We swing for 5. I decided afterwards, like, you know what? I think I actually need to swing with these cards as well because I need to give this guy targets to attack into. We're going to swing in there. We're going to pop this, get rid of that, that Luffy, and now we have a Gravity Blade for the turn. Okay, here we go. What are we going to do? They're going to go 9 into 5. Okay, hey, you can have that. Because like I said, I'm actually concerned about losing the game right now if they have any more removal. They're going to swing for 9. We'll probably take this. No trigger. And now they only have 1 attack left to really go in with. And it is the Nami. We'll block out with Viola. And then they're probably going to pass the turn. Yep, in a turn, they're going to use the effect of Eustace Kid to cycle through their hand. They cycled out of 2K counters. That means they probably have all 2K counters in hand, guys. They probably have all 2K counters in hand. So here we go. I think we do have to turn on the heat here. I need to try to gain a life or at least get to 2,000 power. So we're going to do a search first with our stage here, not the Garp, because that's a 1K counter. Okay, we got a Ace there. We need to keep going. Let's search up more effects here. We'll probably play this card out, looking for a 2 cost. Okay, we do get the Hiyori. That's at least a 2K counter. Better than nothing, but also not really what we wanted. We'll do a top 5 search. Guys, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it, but the Hiyori is big here. We can turn that card face down, and then we can... Viola probably would have been the best case scenario there because it's a blocker, and we could have turned it face down. We're going to go 7 into 5. Honestly, he should block with these Shirahoshis here or counter out. That's fine, too. Okay, they give me a 2K. That's fine. And here we go. They're going to use their electromagnetic cannon here to pop one of my guys, probably the 5-cost ace that has blocker. And here we go. Yep, that was the correct call. They looked at my top life card. They know what it is. They're going to swing for 5. We'll give him a 2K, 1K here. And now we're safe. Now we're basically safe. He swings for 9. We'll take this one. It's a gravity blade. We remove one of their blockers because we might have to go for lethal this turn, guys. That might be our only option. They're going to swing for 9. We're going to give him a bunch of counter here because we don't have... I mean, we had to. We have no blocker. Then they cycle out a card from their hand. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're going to swing for 5. Let's see what they get. Guys, we're going to swing 5, swing 5, swing 7, swing 7. It's my only actual option here. So we just have to hope that they did not have a card in hand that's going to help them here. They take that. Let's see what it was. Any trigger? No trigger. Play out the ace. Swing for 7. Okay. They use the blocker. That's a good sign. Swing for 7. And we got there, guys. They only had a single 2K counter. I think we did know that one of them was a 2K counter because we checked with our Viola, I believe. So we did know they had a 2K counter. We just had to hope they didn't get a 1K counter in their hand after they cycled with Eustace Captain Kidd. And they didn't. So we'll take it every single time. Good game to my opponent. That was a nail biter. That was a tough game there. Next up, we have a game versus Hody Jones. Hody Jones is getting a lot of support soon in OP11, I believe. At least, I mean, I guess he's not technically getting support, but there will be support that he can use in there, right? For the new Fishman stuff, I believe. I could be wrong. Someone correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong on that. We're going to play out the Garp. We're going to play out Three Brothers Bond. We're going to fix our hand. Guys, the cards you're searching for in this deck are the 2-cost Ace and Luffy. We're not looking for anything else with the Garp in the Searcher. We're looking specifically for the 2-cost cards. Now, in that situation there, that was the leader search, obviously. We'll cheat out that card. We'll go 9 into 6. And it is their turn now. They did a very strong turn last turn with Mihawk cheating out that 4-cost 6K. They couldn't swing because we had 7,000 power on our leader. And here we go, guys. We're going to do a top search. We did find a Luffy and an Ace. But, guys, we don't have any 2-cost card to use in our hand to fix what we need. So we're going to play out the Hiyori. We're going to put a card into the top of our deck. And then we're probably just going to swing 7, swing 8. Or just swing 9, maybe. Maybe we're not going to swing with the Luffy yet. They used the Aladdin there to block out of our 9K hit. I think they should have taken that. I don't think that was the right call. They play out a Papag. They play out a Daruma with the effect of the Aladdin. And, yeah, now if they attack in and drop me down to 4 life, or 2 life, that's good. We're at 4 life. We need to go down to 2 life to turn on our effects for Luffy and Ace. They swing in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pop this card, I guess. We'll slow them down a little bit. They're going to swing for 5. We're going to take that as well. And, yeah, that's why you have to be very careful with the sequencing, guys. Be very careful with the sequencing when you're doing these effects. So now their whole board's pretty much compromised, right? We'll do a top 5 search. There goes one of my 2-cost aces. I should have put that towards the bottom, or towards the top, I mean. We're going to snag this ace, play out this card. We couldn't get any card with the effect of that ace. We'll put those to the bottom in the order we want. Now we're going to swing... well, we can't swing with that. Whoops. So we'll swing 6 into 4. He'll probably block this. We'll swing 9 into 4. There's no way saving that. We pop the Hody and Hyozu there, and we're at 7,000 power, guys, and we're doing pretty good in this situation now, guys. We're in a very, very commanding position. They play out the Dosen and the Daruma here. We're going to just counter out for 1K with a 7K attack because we are 7K as well. We're going to swing for 5, swing for 5. Now it's time to kind of put the gas on here. We're going to play out the 5-cost here, and we're going to set these cards to the top. We're going to put the ace on top. We're probably just going to play out the ace now, put that into play. We're swinging for 7. We're swinging for 9 or 10. We had an extra Dawn left. Your turn. We're in a good spot now, guys. I do think that new 5-cost ace is a little bit better than I gave it credit for originally. Like, when I first saw the card, I didn't think it was that great. Okay, they tapped out my whole board, by the way. They're about to go crazy into my board here. We'll let that card go. They swing 6 into 5. We'll counter to save that card, sure. Now they're going to swing 7 into 5. We'll let it go. Now they have a 7 and a 6K attack. We'll 2K counter to get out of that one. And now we can actually just finish the game, I think. Right, guys? Swing 7. This will cost both cards out of hand. Okay, perfect. Now we can just swing 5 with the leader. This is calculated now. They can't win. Swing 5, swing 7, swing 9. Okay, or 11 because we had that left. GG. Good game to my opponent, but we had them there. That was just calculated checkmate. Good game. Okay. Next up, we got a game versus green-purple Doffy. I get a lot of people asking me about this leader. I've been even getting DMs about this leader. Guys, I'm sorry. The new support that green-purple Doffy got, in my personal opinion, it is just not good enough. It is way better for red-purple sugar, and I have not had much success with it in green-purple Doffy. If you can get it to work, you know, put the deck list in the comment section, guys, below. I cannot get green-purple Luffy to work. Green-purple Doffy, excuse me. Green-purple Luffy works just fine. Green-purple Doffy, though, I have not had much success with. One thing I want to say real quick, guys, is this. I have been, how do I say this? I have made a green-purple Doffy list with Straw Hat package, basically like green-purple Luffy, and that's been working better for me than an actual Don Quixote Pirates package. Okay, so we're going to do a top search here, or we're going to, do a top 5 search with our leader effects to get this card into play. We're going to put this card out as well, or we're going to grab the 2-cost ace for later. And watch this, guys. We're going to play out the Hiyori, setting our top card. We'll set it to an ace for next turn. And we're going to go 9. Actually, I think we're going to go 2 into the 1K here. Let's see if he... Now, we know he searched up an off-white, but if he does that, then I will attack into it again. We're going to go 2 into 1. If he has a spider web, then I can't save it. Or then I can't get rid of it. He does have spider web. That's fine. We got him to use a spider web. Now we have him down to 3 life for sure. We're swinging for 9. There's no way he's getting out of this. It would cost 3 cards from hand. Not worth it this early in the game. Okay, so now it is their turn. They're going to get to do another search. But again, guys, I don't mind just attacking into this card with my 2K or 5K attacks if I have to. Because we're getting cards out of their hand. And they're using up Dawn every turn to do this effect. Some people would argue like, hey, you should have swung for 9 into it with your leader. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't dismiss that. I don't dismiss that, but I do like knowing what's in my opponent's hand as well. And he had to give me a card for the initial attack with Garp anyway, and now he's swinging 7 into the Garp. I mean, I don't really see it as like a losing situation there. Okay, we'll swing 5 into it. Now he has to give me a 4K and a 1K. He lets it go. Very wise of him. We set the ace there from last turn. We're going to swing in for 7. Okay. Let's see what they do next here. We are going to set this card to the top. We completely whiffed the search there, unfortunately. And now we'll probably just attack in for 11. Yep, this should go through unless they want to use way too many cards in hand. That'd be like 4 cards in hand, guys. Okay, here we go. They're going to play out a bird cage as to be expected. We did kind of expect that. That's why we didn't just slam down an ace right away. I mean, we might have to still swing with that ace later, but now's not the time. They're going to use their baby 5's effect. Excuse me. Yeah, this is another reason why I think it would be good to have Jozu in the deck, just to pull back our own cards to reuse them later. I know you shouldn't just tech everything around just this one effect, but still, I think it'd be pretty good. So we hit him with a pudding. We're going to go 7 into 1. There's no way they're saving this card. This would cost a 2-cost 4K to get to 5, and then a 2K and a 1K. It would have taken 3 cards out of their hand. We're going to set this Luffy on top. Very nice. We have a Luffy. We'll cheat this one into play. Your turn. So we're still in a pretty good position, but the game is far from over. This green-purple Doffy player was very good. They knew what they were doing with Doffy. You could tell this is not a leader you could tell it was not their first time playing this leader, guys. Watch what happens. They're going to play out a sugar, which can only rest down a 4 or less. Okay, you can have the pudding. We don't really care about that. We don't really care about the pudding, right, guys? Okay, we're about to do a gravity blade here. We're going to have a little bit of fun, I think. Watch what happens. Okay, just waiting for my opponent. They are going to trash a Ragnarok with the effect of Queen because they don't really need that card against me. Yeah, they don't really need Ragnarok against our 7-cost, against our blue-yellow ace deck. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we do next. We're on our 10 Dawn turn now. So now we can swing for 6. Let's see what he gives me. He has 2 Dawn active. Let's see if he wants to use a card here. We don't know what's in his hand anymore since we hit him with the pudding. We have no idea what's actually in his hand. So we're going to swing in for 6. Let's see what he does. He does take it. We're going to pop this to pop the sugar. We're going to gravity blade my character and his character to the bottom of the deck. We're going to look at our top card here. We're going to play out a Flampe to grab it and get and to draw another card. The Flampe interaction with this deck on the odd number plays like that, where we only have odd Dawn left, is actually so nice. because we still draw the card we pulled off the top of our deck, and we drew an extra card with it. We lose a 2K counter, but, again, that's why we're thinking about including Jozu. Did I say Jinbei earlier? I meant Jozu if I said Jinbei. My apologies, guys. Okay, we're going to search up the Ace there. Very nice with the Three Brothers Bond trigger event, the event trigger. Now, that 7-cost Eustace Kid is a problem. Not because of our board. We've already given up on our board, guys. We don't need it. But the fact that he can keep buffing the power of the leader by 1,000, I don't want that to be the case. That is very strong. We're going to play out the Ace here, playing out the blocker. We have double blocker. We're fixing our hand. We'll put 2 cards on the top or bottom of our deck now in any order. Looks like we're going to probably put the 2 aces on top. I'm not a huge fan of that card in this matchup. It's not going to help us too much. We're going to go 10 into 4. This will cost him a 2-cost 4K and a 1K counter, or 2K counter if he doesn't have any 1Ks. We'll see what he does, or he could just take the hit. I don't think he should take the hit. Noro, Beam Sword. Guys, that card is becoming one of my favorite cards in purple. Now, this is still going to cost him a 2K and a 1K. 2K. Wow. He's down to 2 cards in hand now from getting out of that, but he did lock down one of my blockers. That was very nice. Okay, he's going to play out a Eustace Captain Kid, but he only has 2 cards in hand, guys. So he only has 2 cards in hand. He should have taken that last hit. I would consider that a play mistake. I think he should have taken that last hit and then just saved the Nora Beam Sword for this turn against Eustace Captain Kid. That's just my personal opinion. They're going to swing 8 into 7 here. I think we probably should counter out of this, to be honest. Yeah, we give him a 2K counter. Now he can't even attack in with his leader unless he wants to attach his Final Dawn. He does decide to do that, and we give him a 1K counter. Okay, but here's the issue. He has no card on the board. He has, or no blocker on the board and 2 cards in hand, so I can just swing 12 into this card. Okay, and we have a Viola, so we're going to play out the Garp here. We have the exact play I think we need. We're going to put 7 cards on, 7 Dawn on our leader. Do a top set. We'll put the Ace there. We're going to swing for 12 into 8. He can't get out of this, can he? Unless he has a, well, if he has a 2-cost event and a 2K counter, he could have gotten out of it, but that would have been terrifying. But I didn't think he had that. Now we play out the Viola over the a card that's never going to stand again, and now we have 2 life. Now we have 2 life, and we had 2 blockers. All right, let's see what he does now. That was a pretty big play for us, guys. That actually helped us out big time. Sanji, to rest down my Ace, seems good. Seems very good. But that's okay. I think we can still get around this. It's not over yet, but that was a devastating play right there. I did not expect that. The Sanji was insane with the birdcage down. I will say that. All right, let's see what ends up happening. They're going to swing for 8 into, well, hang on. Let's see what they do here. They only have a 6K, 8K, 9K attack. I think they should have gone 7, 7, 8, but I have a 2K, 2K. It doesn't matter either way. So we'll take this one. We knew what the card was. And then swing 9 into 5. We'll probably just take this one. It's a pudding. And now we're going to probably just take this, or excuse me, we can't take it. We'll just 2K, 1K to get out of this. Yep, 2K, 1K, and here we go. They have 2 Dawn active. They have 6,000 power for their leader. This is going to complicate things quite a bit. So we can go, we don't have many options here, guys. I'm not going to lie. We don't have a lot of options. We're going to swing for 8, and then we're going to swing for 9. I think that's pretty much all we have going for us, and he either has it or he doesn't. It's one of those situations. Okay. He did not have it. He had another Eustace Kid. A lot of people might be thinking like, oh, we got lucky there. Yeah, to an extent, yes. But remember, he was countering out very aggressively the way he was doing things and like saving the board and building to his advantages and things like that. Like he was trying to win the game in different ways. But that's one of the problems, guys, with Birdcage. He probably drew this from one of the cards. Like either last turn from his deck or from his last life card, and then he's got a Eustace Kid. He has a lot of cards that are bricks in this deck to make it run the way he's trying to make it run, with the Eustace Captain Kid, the Doflamingo, the Birdcage, and then the other Eustace Kid. So it becomes very hard to balance out in that way. But good game to my opponent. That was a very close game. All right, now we got a game versus Red Green Smoker. Everyone seems to be hyping this deck up. Everyone seems to be thinking it's really, really good. And I think it's pretty good, by the way, but I don't think it's as good as people think. I think the person who played it, who got, spoiler warning, guys, but a player got first place with this deck list at a, like a 64-player Nats level invitational only in Japan at the very beginning of EB02 here, like when everything was fresh and new. And I think they kind of just like the stars aligned for them, where they just picked a really good deck to play out, you know, into the green-purple field. Because I'll tell you what, this deck into green-purple Luffy, yeah, I think red-green Smoker's very good into that. But into everything else, into Doffy, I think it's pretty good. But into everything else, I don't think it's really... let me pause for a second and finish up my thought. I don't think it's as good as people are thinking, as people are saying it is. And if Doffy makes some adjustments more into the Jozu route, you know, I know it hurts the mirror match a little bit, but if you build more into like Jozu and Red Rock, I think Blue Doffy can actually just beat this deck too pretty consistently. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. But here we go. So I'm going, I went first this game. Unfortunately, my opponent's on the even curve. We would always rather be on the even curve. But a good 3-Dawn play is what we did last turn with the Flampe plus leader effect. And we're going to play off the Viola here. And I think we're just going to swing for 8 into 4. This should go away. It does. And now it's my opponent's turn. They are on a 6-Dawn turn. Let's see what they choose to do. For anyone wondering, like, should we try to take second or first away from the red-green Smoker? The answer is probably, because I think going first is the best way for them to do things. They swing in. We give them the Luffy to pop their Monet. And now they play out another Sanji. They're going to set 2-Dawn, or 2-Dawn is active. And here we go. We take that hit. We're down to 2. 2 is the life points. We want to get down to 2 life, guys. We want to get down to 2 life. Okay, we're going to play out this blocker Ace. We're just going to go wide with them and try to keep our leader at 7,000 power, guys. That's the game plan right now. And just keep going wide, keep being as efficient as possible. And then we'll just keep going into their board. We'll go 4 into 4. This is going to cost a card from him. He can give me a 1k counter. He should give me a 1k counter here, so that way it stops my leader attack, unless he wants to take life. You know, because I guess he could have drawn 2 cards there, losing the Nami, or excuse me, the Sanji, and taking a card from life. That would have probably been the better play, arguably, because I do play a little bit greedier like that. They're going to play out a Gum Gum Mole Gun. They're going to pop my Ace there, and yeah, now they're going to be able to swing in with their Sanji and whatever else. That Gum Gum Mole Gun is pretty good, I'm not going to lie. I do like that card. They're going to swing in. I think we 1k countered out of a 7k attack because we're at 7,000 power right now. What are they going to do? They have 5-Dawn active. Okay, I was going to say they'll probably just try to do... Actually, I think we should just take this. Yeah, we'll take this hit. Very nice. I was surprised they didn't play out a 5-cost Smoker. Maybe they just didn't see the Smoker this game. You never know. Okay, we're going to set an Ace to the top, but that was not something we wanted to see. Did y'all see that, guys? Hang on, let me hit play. All right, here we go. Watch what we saw in this top 5 search with our leader, guys. Watch this. Okay, boom. That's not what we want to see. Like 1 Ace, yes, but not 3 of them. So now 2 Ace and a Grab Blade are on the bottom of our deck now. That was the worst possible thing we could have seen, and it's one of the reasons I don't like playing this leader. I'm sorry, it's not the leader's fault to that, you know, to some extent, but just seeing something like this, like, yeah, we can play around it now. The information is good, but I'd rather eventually just draw into these cards with effects like the 5-cost Ace, the 5-cost blocker Ace. It happens. I know it's very rare, but just very annoying. Okay, here we go. So we set those cards to the bottom. We'll play out the Ace. Our board is pretty stacked now. Let's see. We're going to swing 4 into 4. I like getting these cards out of their hand, guys. Yeah, give me your cards. He's going to draw a card from that. We'll swing in for 9. We'll probably play out the Garp. And then, oh, they do a Kamakura Jasushi. We're going to play out the, we'll play out the Garp. We get one of the 3 brothers, and now it's their turn. Okay, we got that Kamakura Jitsushi out of hand. I know some people are like, you know, if I'd swung for 10, I think it'd have probably gone through with that. But that's okay. Then they would have just taken it and they would have it for another turn. So we got that card out of the way. They're down cards in hand. They play out the Smoker. They play out Tashigi. They play out a Virgo. They play out a Sanji. On this turn, guys, they were able to play out 8 plus 4, 12 Dawn's worth and swing for 6 with their leader. Now, I think we were 7,000 power where it didn't matter, right? But still, the point is that was like a 15 Dawn turn for them. That was insane. So they swing for 6. Sure, we'll take it because we're at 7,000 power. Okay, now we need to kind of bunker up. I need to get rid of that Smoker on the board. It's kind of just a nuisance, but we can't do that yet. We'll swing in for 5. I think we're going to look at our top 5 cards with the leader. Actually, we'll swing 7 first. I want to get all the attacks out of the way so they can't hit me with any unforeseen triggers. So what do? Okay, no trigger. Now we can play out this Ace. We're going to set these cards the way we want them. We'll set a Luffy on top. Well, I think we'll set both Luffys on top. Now we'll look at those Luffys. Oh, there they are. Now we'll set all these Aces as far up to the top as we can. Then we'll play out the Luffy. cheating this card out, and I don't think we're actually going to use the effect of the Luffy right now to draw a card. We're actually just going to wait. We're going to be patient. We're going to be very patient here, so we have more attacks for next turn, because remember, guys, we are a 7,000 power leader. We have a blocker. We have 2 blockers. We have a life, and we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13k counter in hand. Okay, we can get out of a 19k attack right now if we had to. Okay, so here we go, because remember, guys, we're at 7. We're at 7,000 power, so 7 plus 13, that's 20. Yeah, we can get out of a 19, no problem. We have a life. We have 2 blockers. We're doing fine. Okay, there goes 1 blocker. They're going to go ahead and drop down our Portgossi Ace down to a 2K. They're going to pop a card with the Ben Beckman. Insane turn for them, guys. This is another, like, 13 Dawn, 15 Dawn turn, whatever for them. They'll swing in for 7. I think we should just give them a 2K here. Or, actually, excuse me, that new Ace has a 1K counter. We'll do that. That made the most sense. But how are they going to survive here, guys? I'm just curious. How are they supposed to survive? 7 into 5. Here's a 2K counter. Okay. 9K poke. I don't have any better play this turn. Yeah, 9K poke. How are you getting out of this? Okay. So they take that. Now we're going to load up for 12. At first I was thinking we'll do the leader effect. We'll put that card on top. And it's like, dude, what? No. Okay, they're not going to survive this. We're going for 12 into 5. So they would have had to have a 1-cost Rad Beam to get them to 9. And we were at 12. So then it would be 11. Yeah, so, okay, excuse me. If they had a Rad Beam and double 2K counter, I would have lost there. But, yeah, it's fine. We're fine. We got through it. We're good. But that was a good game to my opponent. And, all right, now we have one more game to go through, guys. We have one more game we have to get through, and that is green-yellow Trafalgar Law. This is one of my favorite new decks, guys, the green-yellow Law. Not blue-yellow Ace. Sorry, guys. Sorry if I disappointed anyone right there. Not blue-yellow Ace, but green-yellow Trafalgar Law from OP10. I can't wait to have more fun with that leader. Okay, so one thing I do like about blue-yellow Ace is we do a lot of searching. It just stinks when sometimes your search is what we saw last time. There was probably some argument to get rid of that Luffy because green-yellow Law does try to fill up their board a little bit. And they have to for their leader effect. They have to have 5 or more Dawn's worth of characters on, or cost worth of characters on the board. And if you get rid of that Luffy, they can't keep recycling it with your with their leader effect. Okay, we only get 1 option here. It looks like, well, 2. We can get the Satori. Yep, we are going to choose to get the Satori here. We'll go 7 into 1. That card's gone. We'll play out the Viola, turning our card face down, and we just gained a life. And we have a 2K counter coming from the top of our life next turn. That is a very powerful interaction, guys. A very, very powerful interaction. So check out what they're running, guys. Yeah, that is a 9-cost Shanks on their side. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I guess it's fine. They play out the Basil Hawkins. We're not too worried about that. We got the Satori here that we got from our life. We set it there. We trashed the Luffy in the place of it. We're going to swing for 5. We're just going to aggressively attack into them, guys, and try to take cards out of hand. It's our best bet, I think. All right, we'll look at our top 5 cards. Very nice. We can play this card out, and now we can swing in for 9. We'll do a top search here. We'll start grabbing some 2-cost targets, and we'll swing in for the 9, like I said, dropping them down to 3 life. Okay, what are they going to do now? They really need to make up for what's on the board right now. I think they should go 5 into Satori here, because remember, we're a 7,000 power leader, right? They're going to play out the Luffy. They're fixing cards. Now I'm really wishing I had popped that Luffy card. It's already gotten them too much value. They're going to pull it back. Cavendish reveals the top card. They do play out the blocker. I think that was a pretty good play, believe it or not. Going down to 2 life early is not a big deal for them. And now that they have an extra blocker on the board to protect their board. 5 into 5. I think we should just let this go, guys. Yeah, see, I was about to counter out. I was like, no, just let them have it. Swing 7 into 7. We'll take that. Now we're down to 2 life. Perfect. They play out that Luffy. Like I said, I wish I popped that Luffy so bad now, guys. That was just probably a play mistake, probably a blunder. We're going to look at our top card here. Let me see what we choose to do. Do I want to get rid of this Basil Hawkins? The answer is probably. Setting our top cards here. We'll put these 2 on the bottom. We'll play out the Garp. Okay, there's an Ace. Make sure you're keeping track of these cards as you're going through them with your searchers, guys. Play this out. We grab the blocker Ace, and I set the other Ace where we needed it. And now I think we're going to try to get rid of this Basil Hawkins, guys. I don't think we should let it survive. Okay, I decided, yep, I guess we should. So I'm swinging in for 7 at face, then we're going to go in for 9, and then we'll probably call it on that. Maybe swing for 11. I guess we could have gone swing 9, swing 9. It doesn't matter. They have a blocker. They cash in on the blocker right now. Their turn. Okay, so we did get 2 cards out of their hand this last turn and a blocker. They're going to play out the Trafalgar Law. they're going to set a card, or they're going to attach a Dawn to their leader for free with the effect. And let's see what they do now. Swing in with Cavendish for 7. Standing 2 Dawn is active. I think we should counter out of this personally and just take the next hit. Yeah, counter out. That is one thing that's nice about that 5-cost Ace, is countering out for 1k with it. Because it's not always that great, I will say, guys. They use the stand-up law to stand up more Dawn. Watch this, guys. They're going to play out another Trafalgar law to stand up the Cavendish, to swing again, stand up 2 more Dawn. This was a crazy play. Absolutely crazy play with green-yellow Trafalgar law. I think we might block out here and force him to commit, and then just take the last hit, maybe. We'll give him a 1k. Swing for 8 and a 7. We can't let him have our characters. That's not going to work. We counter out, and now we have a target on the board to attack into. They do not have a blocker. We're going to set our top card. We get it looks like we got an ace on there. That's fine. Okay, replace this ace with that one. Grab a 2-cost Luffy. Or a Hiyori. I like that, getting a 2k counter. That's not too bad. And now we can, let's see what we do next. We'll probably go 8 into 6. I like going 8 into 6. Into the Cavendish, of course, right? So 8 into 6 here, lets it go. That was the right call. That card was never going to survive. We're coming in for 9. This should go through. They're down to 1 life. We'll hard cast the 5-cost Ace here. Nice. We got the 2-cost Ace that we need to potentially go for lethal. Because, guys, I'm keeping track in my mind, and I know I'm coming back around to my 5-cost Rush Aces, because I went through 2 of them, and I set them to the top both times. So I know I'm getting around close to my 5-cost Rush Ace, where I can hit it with the leader effect and just go for like a surprise attack lethal. Our board is massive, by the way. They're going to go in for 9 into 7. I think we're just going to take this. There's the 4th one. So I've got 2 coming. They're somewhere in the deck, and then there's the 4th one right there of Ace. Okay, guys, we're down to 0 life. We're down to 0 life, guys. What are we going to do? Staying at 7,000 power is extremely, extremely important. This is on 2x speed, guys, I believe. Yes, it is. Volume is down. It's on 2x speed. They're going to play out that freaking Luffy. Here comes that stinking Luffy again. That thing tormented me this entire game. They played it very well. I wish I had popped that character when I had the chance. That card has drawn like 4 or 5 cards for them at this point, guys. And it's setting their deck the way they want it and everything. They're going to go 7 into 7. We're not going to let them have that. Here's a 2K. We are going to probably try to go for lethal next turn. They're going to go 7 more into 7. I'll give them this. And now let's see what they do. We do have a 2K in hand, but we don't really have a 1K, guys. I'm going to try to use that to win the game next turn. Okay, what is he going to do, guys? He plays out the Trafalgar Law. Okay. Pulling back the Luffy again, playing out a Zoro, but I've got bad news for this guy. This isn't red-green law. Okay, so that Zoro does not have rush. Okay? It does not have rush. He's going to replace it with a beige. I think he realized that a second too late. Pulls that back. Cavendish, okay. Standing up 2 Dawn, 7. We're not letting him have it. And now he's probably just going to pass with 1 Dawn active. He should have swung for 8, but it didn't matter because I had the 2K. We're going to use the effect here. Beautiful. I knew that card was coming very, very soon. We're going to play it out. Guys, we're swinging 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 all day. I mean, it's going to be at least 5 7s or higher. Right, so it's going to be, and then a 9. Yeah, so pause. Let's see what that turn actually would have looked like. So 7, 7. That's with no more Dawn invested. I still have 6 Dawn to play with. 7, 7. That's 2 Dawn. And then probably 9 on this last guy. So it would have been 7, 7, 7, 7, 9, 9. It's not happening. They're not surviving. They have no life. They have 1 blocker. They can get out of 2 7K attacks. A third one with the block. And then 2 9Ks coming in. There's just no way. Okay, good game to my opponent. Blue-yellow ace. We got another blue-yellow ace video in the books, guys, for you guys to check out and have fun with. A lot of people really love this leader, and I get it. It is a very fun leader to play, I have to say. But just know a few things, guys. 3 quick pointers. Number 1 is this. Try to go second every time. Number 2, try to go down to 2 life as aggressively as possible, even if you have to take your own life with something like a 1-cost Flampe. And number 3, you want to search these cards up. The 2-cost Luffy and the 2-cost Ace, priority on the 2-cost Ace. That is what this card is searching up. That is what this card is searching up. And that is what this card is searching up. There are other targets that these cards can hit that I just named. But remember, your leader effect can only grab a 5-cost target. So don't worry about those. Now, if you have no other target to get, of course, grab what you can. But the main target you're searching for is this Ace. This is cheating out your 5-cost 7k rusher. This is cheating out your 5-cost 6k blocker that does a draw 2 or range 2 on the top or bottom of your deck. And everything. This card is everything, and it's buffing you to 7,000. Like I joked about earlier in this video, it's too bad we can't have 8 of these in the deck. I'd run all 8 of them and none of the other brothers, and I would just run all of the 5-cost 7k aces that I could. Really good games, though, today. These were fun ones. I think they showed off the leader pretty well. I think the leader's very strong. Some cards we need to talk about potentially adding to the list, of course, would be 6-cost Jozu, this right here. This is a very good card, guys, and there are parts of me in my mind, like in my brain, that actually makes me want to even potentially drop this Luffy over the 6-cost Jozu. Or actually, maybe this. Maybe we don't need this 7-cost event. The 7-cost Gravity Blade Raging Tiger event. Maybe we just go the Jozus, because we can pull back Violas for more value later in the game. Pull back the, the Hiyori, pull back the Flampe. It just gives us a little bit of extra staying power. And I have run blue-yellow ace decks in the past that do run Jozu, and it feels very strong in there. Other than that, there is another 2-cost target I think I completely forgot about that we should probably consider. I do like Shirahoshi, and I also like Sanji. Shirahoshi is just a great blocker. Who can argue with that? In this deck, though, Viola is technically better because of the synergy it has with our leader. But I do like Shirahoshi. I really like Viola in this deck because it allows us to just gain a life with our leader's effect. And then Sanji. Let's not overlook Sanji. Maybe this card is a little bit better than the 2K counter Satori. In fact, what if we go down 1 Satori and 2 puddings, and maybe we go up 3 of the Sanji? Just go up to like a 14 2K counter package? I don't know. I don't think it's out of the question, guys, because we are using our 2K counters very aggressively in this deck with the Flampe and Hiyori. We're trying to play those out to get more advantages and value from our leader. And remember, guys, with this leader's effect, we're consistently getting to 7,000 power. So we might not need as many 2K counters, but maybe we do. We'll have to figure that out. So yeah, those are the main things I wanted to point out at the end here. Zeus might have some. So talking like looking forward, looking into the future, into OP11 coming out. You know, well, it's coming out in the East soon. I say soon. I don't remember. I think it's like 2 months or something. You guys know what I'm trying to say. OP11 is right around the corner. It's coming out before you know it in the East. Maybe Zeus finds a spot in the deck. I don't know if it does or not, because yes, we do want to lose life, but not too aggressively. I like when we have control losing life with like Flampe, because this is very controlled. Well, hang on. Actually, guys, hang on. What am I talking about? We can actually use Zeus with this effect here to just draw the card, right? Let me read Zeus one more time. Add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life card to your hand. Yeah, so never mind. I take that back, guys. Whenever Zeus comes out, this will be an auto-include in the deck. And honestly, hopefully we get like 1 more. Let me see something for 5-cost Ace. Yeah, we only have 1, 2. I mean, I don't know. We'll talk about this in a second. 3. Like, this is. I mean, maybe we still run the card. Maybe there becomes a future where we still just run the card because it's another 5-cost target for our leader effect. It has a 1K counter, and if we need to, we can cheat it out with our 2-cost Ace. It has that value. And let me see something. Reveal the top card of your deck. You may play up to 1 character with type Whitebeard Pirates, and it costs a 4 or less, and then put the remaining cards on the top or bottom of your deck. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We'll have to see what happens. I really don't love this card. Hopefully we can just get another 5-cost card to replace it that's an Ace card, and that would be incredible. But other than that, let me see something. Yeah, this card is, you may return this character to its owner's hand. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, then place them in any order. In any order on the top or bottom of your deck. It's too bad we couldn't get this card, guys. It's too bad we couldn't get this as like a 5-cost 5K 2K counter like the Sabo is, like the yellow 5-cost Sabo promo that comes in that whole same thing. I think this card right here, if I can find it, this Sabo right here. I think they came out around the same time in the same promo package in the East, and it's too bad we couldn't get our hands on this card. Another card to potentially consider is a card coming out in EB02. It's this Sanji. It's a 5-cost 6K blocker. It's not something we can cheat into play or anything like that, but it is a 5-cost target for our leader effect, and it has, on play, if you have 2 or less life, draw 2, trash 1. It's not bad, right? It's a blocker. It has a 1K counter. It's a 5-cost target for us, and it has draw 2, trash 1. That's not bad, guys. It's truly not that bad. So something for us to consider, something for us to look into, maybe consider running in the future. 5 cost Nami, I guess, has some potential, but guys, we have very limited triggers in this deck. This is one of the few yellow decks that I don't think we should be focusing on trying to make Nami work in. It's too much of a side quest. It's too much of a side project. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Right, guys, that's all I got for you. That's all. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. If I missed anything or if I missaid something, help me out down there. But please be respectful. Please be nice. This leader's, it's growing on me, okay? I feel like I'm getting more comfortable with it. I feel like I'm making better plays with it. And I feel like it's getting a little bit stronger and a little more consistent as we're seeing more and more support for the cards, or for the leader. Especially, like I said, looking forward, guys, this effect right here, plus our leader, this might just be one of those insanely powerful effects with Zeus, where we can actually just, on like a 5 Dawn play or something, maybe we have Zeus in our hand. Actually, on a 7 Dawn play, maybe we attach 2 Dawn to our leader, put an Ace card on top of our deck. With the remaining 5 Dawn, we can play out this Ace and either A, cheat out a 2-cost Ace, like search up a 2-cost Ace or Zeus, or whatever, and add it to our hand. And then if we get the Ace, we can cheat it out and cheat out our Ace. Or we can just re-add the Ace to our hand with Zeus, popping a 5-cost on the board, cheating it out with this effect. So we have a lot of options going forward. This card plus this card might be absolutely insane. And like I said, if I were to make some quick revisions to the deck and just to prep this for the future, I would probably go up this card right here. I'll go down 2 Satori's and I'll go up 2 of the Sanjis I was talking about. And that's probably where I would have this for now going forward. I like having the Satori target for another possible target with Ace, but I also like having the Sanji target as one more potential target to snag with our 5 cost, the new Ace, this one right here. So we have that going for us. And then going further into the future, I think this becomes a little too impractical just in general. I think this is already a pretty impractical card. It's a good card in the deck. If you want to try to make it work, do it, but we'll have to see. But I think very soon this just gets replaced with the Zeus card that we were looking at. I think this is just superior. I think this is just a superior target for what we're trying to do. I still think the Hiyori is great as a 3 of, but maybe we go 3 Hiyori, I was going to say as a 4 of, but maybe we go 3 Hiyori, 3 Zeus. I don't know. We have options, guys. We have a lot of options. One more thing I do want to say is I know we have this 4 of Luffy in here, but maybe we drop down 1 Luffy. I know, hang on. I think we should drop down 1 Luffy and go up 1 Viola. We still have the searchable targets within the Ace. We lose 1 searchable target for Garp and 3 Brothers Bond. But guys, we don't see this card in our life as often as we'd like to, because it's the only Luffy. It's the only Luffy we can even search up with this Luffy, or that we can search up with our leader effect. So we'll see what happens in the future. Maybe we can mess around with this. Tell me what you guys think. I kind of like it the way it is right now. Is anyone running the 5-cost Luffy? Is anyone running the yellow 5-cost Luffy? I don't know. If you are, tell me how it's running for you. I just don't see cards like this sticking around in the current meta, especially when what we're seeing coming out very soon, like with green, having all of these 5-cost targets that are, like, I mean, almost all of these are good, guys. This Trafalgar Law, this Smoker, these Enel and Dracula Mihawk within Odyssey, Carrot, Bonnie. What else, guys? What else? Potentially X-Drake, Dinjiro, if Red Green Ode never pops back up. We might be revisiting that soon, by the way, guys. Cavendish, you guys get the point. 5-cost Trafalgar Law, Blocker Law. This new Zeus card, guys, I just don't see 5-cost cards like this sticking around anymore, or excuse me, not that one, this one. I don't see 5-cost cards sticking around anymore with the meta we're about to be getting into. So yeah, build at your own discretion, of course, but I would consider tell me what you guys think about this card. That's all I'll say. All right, okay, I'm done, guys. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Very fun deck to play here if you're trying to play a new leader, guys. This leader is very fun. Okay, now, real quick, big shout out to everybody who supports the channel. Guys, whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, whatever you're doing to help out the channel, thank you so much. Big shout out to the VP Pirates playmat supporters over here, to everyone on the list. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel in this way. Hope you guys are enjoying your playmats. And then, of course, on the members page over here, there are much more members now. I just haven't added yet. Big shout out to all the VV Pirates YouTube members. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel in that way. Guys, buying the playmat and doing the YouTube membership, that is like one of the absolute best ways to help me, other than liking and subscribing and sharing and things like that, commenting, viewing, and all that, all the regular stuff. Last but not least, the VV Pirates patron page. Thank you everybody on here just for helping me out, just trying to keep the dream alive and just supporting me in whatever ways you can. Thank you so much. All right, I'm done yapping. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And please do not forget, guys, tonight we will be streaming Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays on YouTube. We are streaming on the channel here from 9 p.m. Eastern to 12 a.m. Make sure to stop by, hang out, have a good time with us. And yeah, all right, that's it. Till next time, guys. Peace.